If you were in the doc last month, you will remember that Leon was talking about server and database. Server and database. Like in this case, for example, I type creativecrew.org.ag/EEE. The website is still the same, but the data gathered from the database is different. So Leon was saying, if you ask the question, is it the same website? You can say, is it the same page? You can say yes, or you can say no. Technically speaking, from the HTML point of view, it's the same page. But from the database point of view, it's another page. Now, without confusing too much, remember this clear distinction. On one side, you have the database, where all the data are stored. And on the other side, you have your server, where all your files are stored. Very different. In order to install Joomla, you need both of them. The problem with the database is that the database is like an Excel sheet. So plenty of rows, plenty of tables, hundreds of thousands and thousands of cells. Can you handle a website like this? If you are a robot, perhaps yes. But if you are a human, you can't. Therefore, Joomla is the visual interface that allows you to handle the database. To put data into your database, to retrieve data from your database. Now, Joomla is free. Joomla is free and you can download it from joomla.org. They have launched a new project which is Joomla 1.6. If you are new to Joomla, I would recommend you to start with 1.5. They have changed a lot in version 1.6. The issue that they have faced in Joomla, which is an open source project, the issue they have faced is that version 1.5 was very rigid. It requires you to place every item within a category, and that category within a section. So the structure is very rigid. Section, category, article. Section, category, article. But an independent producer of plugins for Joomla came out with these plugins called K2. And K2 broke this rigid structure. So you can have category, subcategory, 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 article. When they've done so, they realized that many users were installing Joomla, but they were running K2. So they came out with version 1.6, which is a copy of K2, but with Joomla. To cut the long story short, go with 1.5 for the time being, because apparently there are rumors that version 1.6 will be scraped in September. And 1.7 will be out and will be different. So I would still recommend to go 1.5 now. The most recent version of 1.5 is 1.5.23. Joomla, you can either click the orange button here, this one will download the most recent version, 1.6, or you can scroll down somewhere and they have somewhere another link where you can download the version 1.5. I don't really know where they put the link to download the version 1.5, and I'm not an eagle, so I might miss it somewhere. But in order to play safe, I have downloaded it, the last 1.5, I downloaded it on my computer, so I always have it with me. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. In my cPanel, I want to use my cPanel to put Joomla on my server. As I said already, we have one on creativecrew.org, so I will make a subdomain of creativecrew.org.sg by creating a simple folder. How do I create a folder? How do I remove a folder? How do I upload a picture, a zip, a package, or anything on my server? From the cPanel, click on Legacy File Manager. This is one of the two icons that we will click in the cPanel. Legacy File Manager. When you click on this Legacy File Manager, it asks you, where do you want to go? Most likely you will say, I want to go to the web root, which is called public HTML. Whatever you put here will be visible, will be public. Most likely you will also turn on this one that says show hidden files. When you become a little bit more into Joomla, you will understand what this one represents. When you click go, it will launch the interface of the Legacy File Manager. which is a little bit old-fashioned, but it's very functional. In order to create a folder, just have to click create a folder. Please don't write this down. You know that if you want to create a folder, you click create a folder. Create a new folder. It will ask you how you want to call it. Now, I'm going to call this one Woodlands. Actually, I'll call it only Wood, so it's shorter. And look, we have our Wood folder. Just here, behind me. Now, in order to go within the folder, I have to click on the folder. Let me bring it a little bit higher so everybody can see. Yeah, I have to click into the folder. And when I click into the folder, it shows me that there is nothing in it. What do I have to put in this folder? Hello? Joomla! Yeah, we're talking about Joomla. I'm going to install Joomla in here. So our Joomla website will be on creativecrew.org.sg/wood. So when it says here, upload a file, I will click upload file, and I will choose it from my computer. You notice that I will upload Joomla full package zip. Yeah, I don't unzip it. And soon you will understand why I will not zip it. So remember, you upload the zip, don't unzip it. Yeah? Don't unzip it. And press upload. This one will take a while. So in the meantime, while it uploads, see it says 1%, 2%, 3%. While it uploads, we move to the database. We prepare the bed for the website. So we go back to our cPanel, and here we go. This is the second icon that we click in the cPanel. It's called MySQL Database. MySQL Database. You recognize it because there is a little dolphin here. MySQL Database. How does it work? Your database has a root. The root most likely is the username that you use to access your cPanel. All you need to do is to assign a name right after. So I'm using Wood. I will type it here, Wood. And there you go. We have created a database. Is that hard? Super simple, yeah? Wood, enter. Now we're going to create a user for it, which corresponds to Joomla. So we have created a table, like an Excel table, and we gotta give the permission to Joomla to populate that table. How do we do that? Just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Here where it says add new user, we will add a new user. So the name of the user will be the same, Wood. And the password, I will make it simple, 123, 123. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. And create the user. It's not safe enough, so I will do 1, 2, 3, QWE. 1, 2, 3, QWE. And create the user. So we have created a database, we have created a user. Last thing to do is to say, hey, you user, you can access that database and you can do whatever you want on it. All you need to do is just to stay in the same page, scroll all the way down, and here it already suggests you add a user to a database. Here we go. Choose the user Wood, choose the database Wood. They have to be the same. And press add. There you go. What do you think I will click here? All the privilege. All the privilege. You can do whatever you want on this database. Do whatever you want. And make changes. So we have created a database, we have created a user, we have matched user and database, providing all the privileges to the user. Done. Finished. All we need to do is to go back to our cPanel and see how long left. See, I'm still uploading Joomla here. Now, is there any questions so far, since we have about 3 minutes before it uploads everything? Any question? Yes?
How about the domain name?
Okay, a domain name, I always use this example. Do you have a car? You have a car? When you purchase a car in Singapore, is it correct you have to buy a certificate of entitlement, a COE? When you purchase a COE, you don't have a car, correct? You only have a certificate. The same thing is for a domain. You purchase a domain, but you don't have a website. A certificate of entitlement, like a domain, has to point to a specific vehicle or server. Therefore, it's the same analogy. You purchase a domain, and then by setting the DNS, domain name server, you point to a specific server. Which means go to fetch the data in that server. Every time I type creativecrew.org.sg, that's the server where you will find all the data. So you can register a domain wherever you want. I have a good news for you tonight, by the way. My provider, my web host, gave me a super deal for all of you tonight. If you want to sign up with them, it's between you and them. I'm not in between, I'm not the big person. But if you want to sign up with them, they have created a special promotion for tonight. Now, probably we have time for one more question, and then it will be done. Any other question? You have a question face.
What's the difference between WordPress and Joomla?
Well, I received this question many times about WordPress and Joomla. There are three main content management systems that have begun more or less together. Joomla, WordPress, and Drupal. This is the general definition. Drupal is for people that knows how to work on a server. You've got to be a bit of a geek to work in Drupal. Drupal is more complicated. Joomla is quite straightforward, but the more you expand it, you install extension, the more it becomes complicated. WordPress was born to be a blog. But at that time there was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, and everyone was creating a blog. So now WordPress is trying to chase Joomla, because Joomla was born nearly 9 years ago to be a website manager, a website builder, whereas WordPress was born to be a blogging tool. So when the world changed in the past 4 years, WordPress find itself a bit far from what the world required, which was a website management tool. And it became closer and closer to Joomla, but with a little bit delay. So Joomla is a bit more advanced now than WordPress. Here we go. We have our zip in our server. How to unzip on the server? I'll just click on the zip file, and then on the right hand side there, it will give me all the option of what we can do with this file. And I say extract the file, meaning unzip it. Unzip it on the server. You know why? There you go. Here's why. Because if you install by FTP, you have to manually transfer all these files. You know how many there are? Take a look. And there you go. Clear enough? And many ask me, what is the difference between Dreamweaver and Joomla? Is that with Joomla, they are already done. In Dreamweaver, you've got to write all of them by yourself. Clear enough? One is to purchase all the ingredients and then spend the next 3.5 months cooking it. The other one is spending 7 minutes installing it. I keep insisting on the 7 minutes because I will show you later a video that I put on YouTube. When I do the installation without talking, it takes 7 minutes. And you have your website up and running. Type in here, local host. You see there, in bold, italic bold, it tells you, type local host. Right? Then, username, another issue. The first time I installed it, took me forever to understand why it didn't work. I kept writing wood, because my user was wood. Try to install it, doesn't work. Try to install it, doesn't work. Why? Because I forgot the root. Remember the root? It was ccorg_sg_. This will be your cPanel login. Whatever is your cPanel login, put it before your username with the underscore. And it's the same for your database. So we're going to do a copy and paste. And the password. Again, localhost, it tells you right here, localhost. Username and database are the same. Password, you should remember it. And that's it. Next. Next. Easy or not? Now, last page of the installation. Site name. You're going to choose a site name. In this case, I would choose woodland. Or woodlands. In this case, I can spell it all. Your email address. Oh, this one is a very complicated question. Let's see if I remember. There you go. I remembered it perfectly. Then you have to choose an administration password. Attention, yeah, this one is crucial. It's another thing that once took me kept me busy for very long. Once I logged in, once I continue here, it tells me log in, and I kept trying to log in with my email and my password. Email and password, it didn't work. Why? Because I never read. And here it tells me clearly your username, it's admin. See here, your username is admin. So I just have to choose a password and confirm it. That's it. It comes out with a pop-up. Okay, let's leave alone this one. Okay, done. Our website is ready. The only reminder here is, please remember to completely remove the installation directory. Otherwise, whoever comes to your website will carry on installing it and installing it and installing it. So we have to go back to our cPanel, refresh the page, and you see that we have one directory called installation. Remember what is the rule. If you click on the folder, it will go in. If you click on the link, it will show you what you can do with it. So in this case, since I want to delete it, I will click on it, not inside, but on the link. Click on the link, and I will say, please delete all. Done. I have deleted the installation. So we can go back to our website, creativecrew.org.sg/wood, and this is our website. Up and running. To access your administration panel, you just have to do /administrator. Admin is my default username, and then the password, and login. And this is the back end of my Joomla panel. Add a new article, and I'm gonna call this one Hello World. There you go. Assign a section, assign a category, put it in the front page, and type something. Save, go back to the home page, and we are done. is our website with our first article inside. Clear enough? Scary? How many are gonna try, really try this week or next week to install Joomla? Can I see the hands? 1, 2, 3. Oh, good. Well, if you have issues, let me know. Yeah, you can go on our website, creativecrew.org.ag, and write me there. Post on our forum. Or do you have a Facebook account? If you have a Facebook account, search for Creative Crew. And type there, I'm trying to install Joomla, I'm going potty. I want to install it, but I can't fix this problem. What is that problem? I will help you. Yeah?
Excuse me?
Yes?
Is it possible to remove the Joomla icon?
Of course. This is a file. This is a PNG file. Do you think the problem is on the database or on the server? On the server. On the server, there is a PNG file somewhere. There is the logo. In particular, if you want to find it in the file manager, you will see there is one folder called templates. If you go in the folder templates, you will see that by default you have 3 templates installed. The one that we are using, I don't remember the title. I think it's a Milkway. Yeah, just let me check quickly. It's extension template manager. Yeah, these are the 3 default templates, and Milkway is the one that we are using. We'll just go into your file manager, enter into Milkway, enter into images, and you will find an image called logo. Yeah, Joomla logo. There you go. Click on this one, download it on your computer, open it in Photoshop, change it with whatever you want, upload it back, and we'll replace that one. Now, also something very funny to show, and it shows you how quickly you can change a template in Joomla. This is our Joomla, yeah, the one that I've just installed. It comes with 3 default templates. One of them is called beads. Yeah. When I click on beads and I set it as default template and refresh the page, there you go. This is our website. How long it takes to change the template? A snap. Right or not? You don't like this template anymore, you will just go to the other page in your backend, change the template, set it as default, refresh the page, and you're done. There you go. It's still the same website. The content will be the same. It will take the articles from the database. Just the visual appearance will be different. Yes?
So when do you use the database? When do you use the database?
Well, when we have created the category, for example, just now, it was very simple. Remember, I press a button that says create a new category, and I type meetings, and I press save. When I press save, behind Joomla, it sends the data to the database. The database is already running behind. We will never see it, because Joomla populates it for you. When I've typed hello world, it finds in the database a table with rows and columns, and inside those rows and columns there is one specific cell that contains hello world now.
So if I need to migrate everything to another service provider, I just take everything and go?
Very good, very good. Again, from your C panel, you will just need to go to this one called PHP My Admin. PHP My Admin. This one is where all your databases are stored. It will redirect you to the actual database. This one, the firewall might block this connection. Yeah? there is no firewall. Very good. See, this is the database that we've just created. It's called Wood. It has 35 documents inside. And if we click on it, this is the database that we've just created. You see that there are banners, components, content, there probably is categories somewhere, yeah, categories, and so on and so forth. You just export all of them in one file, upload it on another server. It takes 2 minutes. If I click on categories now, see, it tells me you have a category called meetings. Everything is stored here. But obviously, you understand it, setting up a website with these tables is a nightmare. Setting it up using Joomla as a visual interface is much easier. This website is entirely done in Joomla. You see we have a banner rotator here. You count 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds this one will move away and another picture will move in. It fades. This one is a JavaScript. I didn't code the JavaScript. I just downloaded a component called Rock Stories. Rock Stories decided that a certain category will be displayed here, provided that I feed with a text and an image. If I click read the full story down here, it will bring me to the full article where I have the picture and the full text of the article. You see underneath here we have tweet, Facebook. This one is tagged under digital juice animation stock footage. These are things that I didn't do. They are already there. Of course, I can customize it if I want. I can turn it on and off. For like these tag clouds, can you imagine doing this one in HTML and go crazy? This one automatically, every time I tag, for example, this one you see is tagged under animation. So if animation is here, it's also here. It's done automatically. The most interesting part are menus. You see, you can make these kind of menus, drop-down menus, sub-menus. And now you can do even more things. Now, this one I'm keeping it simple, but if you want, you could add little icons in the menu. We were talking about contact form. Here we go. This is a contact form in Joomla. Very simple. You type your name, your email, your subject, your message, and you send it out. You want to register an account? Very simple. There is already a component built in Joomla. You just have to link it in the menu. And there you go. You just create either login, or if you don't have an account, you can just click here and say create an account. And when you create an account, you can also insert your description, yeah, your picture, your avatar, and all this kind of things. Another website that I want to show you is one that I just finished for one of my clients, Feder Motorizzazione. It's an Italian client. No one in Singapore will be able to produce this website except an Italian. Federmotorizzazione.it. See, this one is a Joomla. I made the setup for him. He carries on amazing. Very low maintenance, this one. He has articles. Yeah, he has PDF that he wants to download, links. Yeah, and this one is entirely done in Joomla. Another website that we have is vox.sg. This one also is done in Joomla. Same thing, we have a tag cloud on top there. You can embed videos in it. You can play videos directly within your Joomla website just by copy and paste the embed code. And you can import pictures, other videos, so on and so forth. Another website that I'm working at just now. These are all work in progress. I have it in my mind because I'm working on them on a daily basis. This one I was working on it yesterday night. We've done a lot of changes yesterday. And you see there is not the logo yet. You can filter your search. You can have a search field. You can make multiple menus, drop-down menus like this, with all the articles inside. Another one that I'm working on is this one, all in Joomla. And the interesting part is that a few of those that I show you tonight, they are running the same template, in particular lab.eu.sg and Vox.sg are running the same template, but customized, so it looks different. There's another one. See, I make massive use of the tag cloud. You can go down, see this one is a community. So you have users, they create their own account, they comment on the application. You can click on an application, for example, and say, this one I like it quite a lot, and I want to comment on it, or I want to score it. Yeah, you can vote it, and say, this one is very good, click on it, and it records your vote. You might have found websites that are running like this. It's just that until today, maybe you did not know that they were working on Joomla. Next time, if you want to see if a website is running on Joomla, /administrator. When you type /administrator, if you sends you to the Joomla page, it means it runs on Joomla. Yeah, it happened many, administrator, you're being shoot to this page. It happened many times that my clients, they ask me, I want to redo the website. Can you come and check it? And the first thing I check is whether it's Joomla or not. And many times it happened that it's already Joomla. They just want to redo it because they don't, no one taught them how to take care of their website. Another, this one is a little bit more geeky, but if you want to discover whether a website is done in Joomla, because sometimes they change, those that really know how to do, they change this administrator. Another trick is to type index.php TP template position equal 1. When you type this little string of code and press enter, it shows you all the available template position. It means that in each of these boxes you can position an item. It can be a login form, it can be a video, it can be a banner, it can be whatever you want, a contact form, so on and so forth. So it's index.php TP template position equal 1, which means equal 1 is true. Show me the template positions. And this one you can't fake it. So this is the ultimate proof. Is if /administrator doesn't bring you to a Joomla page, you can try this one. Now, if you go back home and you are scared that you won't remember this one, you can just go to youtube.com/VOX Vox Lab SOVA Vox Lab School of Visual Arts, which is my company, and you will find that one of my tutorials is called Install Joomla and K2. Yeah, only 207 visits. I put it up 2 months ago. So bring it up. And go to watch the tutorial, and you see that this tutorial is exactly 7 minutes. So this is the time required to install Joomla. And all the things that I've done tonight, all the things that I've done, and even more, because I installed K2, are done in this tutorial.